everyone, thanks for joining me. For this week's Just-A-Scrappin Design Team Challenge, we're to make a card or a project using vellum. Now the vellum that I bought, I had to put it in this little plastic bag because the box was falling apart. But I got this at Staples, and you know, 8.5 by 11. You can use it in your inkjet, which I don't have an inkjet anymore. But for this one, I'm going to do some embossing, and I'm going to be using this really pretty Doris embossing folder with my Big Shot. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then we'll put the rest of the card together. I'm always so pleased at how the Doris embossing folders work. They cut so, not cut, but they emboss so deeply. It's just gorgeous. Now I have a 4 by 5¼ inch My Mind's Eye scrap here, and I kept the bottom of it because I cut it off, but it doesn't really, it just says Tangerine Sunshine Blossom paper. So I don't know if it's still available, but that's it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on my 65-pound weight white cardstock, and I get this at my local office supply store. Now there's two sides to this. There's this one here, which I thought was too busy for the vellum, so I'm going to flip that over, but I'm also going to be doing some using some chalk on here just to bring out a couple of the flowers, the colors in the flowers. Now vellum's tricky because you don't want to use like a lot of glue or anything like that, so I'm just going to very carefully, I'm going to use my finger for this, put just a little bit. I had seen one time a while back some vellum adhesive, and I do not remember why I saw it. I thought it was Michael's, and I've looked online, and I think I may have found it through Amazon, but I didn't get it because I thought, well, that's pretty expensive. But it's adhesive, you know, or like a roll adhesive that doesn't show through vellum. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm going to keep an eye out and see if it's still possible to get that. I'm going to put that on this side here. Okay, and like I said, because of the stripes behind it, you can't, did I put that on the wrong way? Hold on one second here. No, I guess not. Yeah, I guess I did. Okay, well, let's go ahead and flip it around. Just putting a little bit on here. There we go. I just had put it on the wrong side. And luckily I didn't put too much glue on it, right? Alright, perfect. So let's put this down here. Probably you can't see the embossing on here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in some, got my chalks here. Oops, let's pull in something really, really light. I think this would look good. I've got my little, gosh, I don't know what they call these. I call them, what do I want to call them? They're like, remind me of little Q-tip things. I got some yellow in there, but that might be okay. Okay, so just following the, I don't know if I'm, here, I'm off camera, here we go. Following the shape of the embossed petals. I'm going to bring those in and just use my chalk. If you don't have these, but you have your, I got glue on my fingers. If you don't have these, but you have chalk, Q-tips work just fine. I know everybody's got Q-tips. I hope everybody does. Alright, so I'm just going to go really, really fast here, coloring in those petals. I love cards with vellum, and I forget to do that when I'm working with my cards. It really, really looks pretty. If you go onto Pinterest and just search cards in Vellum, there's a couple of them that I saw this morning when I was getting inspired for weddings, and you know, some with lots of flowers that they've die cut and heat embossed, and oh, it's just very, very inspiring. Now, if I were to do this card again, I think I wouldn't use, I like the fact that this is kind of blending in. I wouldn't use a striped paper behind it. I think maybe that's a little bit too busy. But with using the chalk like this, it's really bringing it out. Now, I don't know if you can see how I'm going back and forth with the yellow and that other color, just because I think it's adding a little bit of character to each of those petals. Chalk on vellum works really well too, because it doesn't not wear off, but I can't talk this morning, too early. It doesn't, you know, if you touch it, it doesn't come off on your hands. How's that? Plain speaking. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow here so we can, you know, bring out the colors in these petals as well. Okay, let's try to find one in here that's got some green. I'm going to use this darker green. I'm just going to kind of go in. Again, I'm off the camera, sorry. And just do, not like, you know, specific lines or anything, but just give the middle of the flowers some color. You're really starting to see the embossing on this now. I know there's a flower embossed here, but I can't see it well enough. So I'm just going to let that go. Let it go. Okay. Nice. Okay, so let's put the chalks and stuff away. I didn't realize I had broken that. I guess when I stored it, it snapped down on it. So, all right. So this can go on top of the white card base now. Now, I'm using the new stamp set that I got from Cards TV. And I'm going to show it to you here in a minute. I just want to get this layer down. And it's called Heavenly. And I'm going to use this one that says You're an Angel. Oh, here's a cute one for a wedding card, a match made in heaven. Make sure I pull the right one. And I'm going to stamp this on a piece of white cardstock, and then I'm going to cut it into a little banner. Now this is just a scrap piece of cardstock, and like I said, I'm going to stamp it first, and then I will make a banner out of it. And I'll put it about right there. I'm going to be using my Fiskars trimmer to do the banner, so that I make sure I cut it straight. Oops, this little guy, a little renegade there. Make room for my... Alright, so I'm going to bring that. Now how I do this is I line up the ruler part to the top of the letters. And that usually ends up cutting it pretty straight. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room on this side so that I can banner it. And probably about right there. Now if it's too big or too small or whatever, I can adjust it. Pull that over. And then I've got this strip here that I'm going to put across just like that. That's going to go on there. Just thinking maybe it would be cute if I tried to use some chalk on the edges of this. So let me grab one of those little blender things that I just put away. I think it was this one. I haven't done this before, so let's see if it works. Oh, it does. Nice. Now this strip right here is the back. And that's going to go right there like that. Put this down first. Do I want the smaller one? No, well, maybe. Because then that would go over like that. Okay, I like the smaller one better. Hey, I can change my mind. I'm allowed. I'll put it about right there. And I'm going to put that there because I want to try to put some of these doodlebug vellums on here. Vellums, yee. Okay, and I liked this color right here. The green's a little bright, so let's go for that one. And it really matches up nicely with this. And lucky me that there's 3 in the same size. I'm putting that one here so I know where to put that middle one, that it's not going to be awkwardly not in line with the other ones. Notice how I haven't pushed down on them because I knew I was going to need to adjust them a little bit. Okay, that looks like it's even. And there is my card using vellum. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please do so and I'll get back to you.